Alright, let's go to round 3. Let's summon some guys. So, first off, and this is where things go from bad to worse very fast. Alright, so we got another tile full of wargs and goblins. So that's going to go there. This is where we have an issue. So we have our first portal card. So scenario 1, card number 1. When we flip it over, it's just going to have a bunch more guys on there. Except there's a couple of differences here. One, it has this number inside, this portal number, which is 2, which means I can only attack this with portals of 2 or larger. So that's why if I didn't upgrade, I wouldn't be able to do any damage to this. Secondly, we're fighting these red caps, which have a gray, you can tell there's a gray box on them, with a little picture inside that shows like the soldier with a crossed out symbol. What this means is these are deadly characters. It says heroes and soldiers cannot cover a deadly enemy. So that means I can't put my soldier meeples on them to stop it from moving or just help cover them up. Which is why I didn't spend a ton of time getting soldier meeples. Secondly, not having heroes makes an issue because that covers all this. Secondly, it makes this hard is they're going to immediately jump down here. So, if my goal is, though, is just to defeat the 2 portals, I'm not... So, if I'm assuming if both escape, I automatically lose no matter what. So, now, here's where we end up with issues. If I don't cover up these wargs, these guys are going to move out and escape. So, and I might just have to let that happen for my first game. I'm still figuring out how to do all this. It might be worth the losses. Just take the hit to try not to lose the game overall. Secondly, I can probably take out these 2. The issue I'm going to run into is any tower that attacks a portal gets returned to the box. Now you see where this is an issue. So, as soon as I attack with all these level 2s and I take this guy out, I've lost half of my towers, and I still need to take out everything else. So, I'm not really sure the best way to do this. Heroes can still use their abilities on the cards, I just can't place them on there. So, Ignis can't do anything to this card. So that makes that difficult. But he can play spells on there. If I think what I want to do is do this. I think this is what we're going to have to do. Let's see. So... So if I put Ignis here, he's going to take a point of damage. Which would KO him. I won't be able to use him my next turn, but I need to take out some of this stuff. So what I can do is I can place a 2 here. The other thing is I can't cover up that center spot, so I have to kind of work around that. So I'm not sure if this is the best way to go, but this is what we're going to try doing. So I'm going to play 2 on there, and I'm going to play an additional fire token on 2 adjacent spots. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that, because I have to put him on there. So we're going to move him to here and cover up those 3. Cover up that, then cover up those 2, and now I can place an additional 1 on each adjacent spot. So we're going to cover up that one, and cover up that one. I think... then we could have Magus jump here. It's going to take a point of damage. But I can place a 2-spot on one of these. So, well, we'll wait. We'll wait on that. Maybe, I just gotta see what I can do for the best damage on these guys. Magnus will place his 2 tower there. We'll cover up that one. And he's gonna place his archery there, and we can do an L. In any direction, so we're doing L that way, it covers up. So I just need to do 3 more to that 1 card. And this is where we run into an issue, because I don't have anything that does a straight 3. And the problem that's going to happen is any tower that attacks that spot is going to go back. So even if I do it, so why don't I do Magus over here? I think I got this. We'll do a 2 there and a 2 there, and then we'll play our artillery like this. We can do a 2-spot there and a 1-spot there. Oop, I played my artillery in the wrong spot. We want to play our artillery for this one. Okay, so that takes care of the portal. Takes care of that second tile. I don't care if this ward moves 2 spots. It's not that big of a deal. The only issue we run into is I have 1 more turn after this before the next portal comes up. The next portal does 3. So I need to trade in some of these 2 level towers to get some level 3s. But what I would also like to do is take out this so I at least don't have to deal with that one. So what I can do well, the soldiers aren't going to be as good the next turn. So what we'll do is we'll place a soldier 1 there, and we'll just spend 1, put him there. I can put the other one on a blank one, but it won't be that big of a deal. And then what we can do is trade all our other tiles. So we're going to trade 2 artillery, for level 3 howitzers, and we'll show you what those do in a minute. And then each player is going to trade a level 2 mage tower for a level 3 mage tower. So the level 3 mage tower still gives me all 3 directions, and it gives me a Z shape. So it's the same as the level 2, except now it's rotatable, so I have more options. And then now we've also traded a bunch of these artillery. So now we're going to get, instead of a 2, we have a 3. And instead of going either direction with a 1, we get a 2, but they're also rotatable. So that's definitely helpful as well. The problem is going to be is I'm going to lose a bunch of my towers this turn. And Ignis is going to die, so I won't be able to use him next turn. So hopefully I can do some stuff. I could have placed Magnus there, do that, but we'll just see what happens. Again, I might lose, and that's part of where, when people say this is like a puzzle game, because you gotta figure out what the best thing is. Do I do damage? Do I take out this? Do I focus on that? So we'll see what happens. Alright, so now we have destroyed Horde Tower. So the portal is destroyed. We've done enough damage to destroy that. It does not, unfortunately, get me any crystals, which is the downside. This portal is destroyed. So it's only going to get me 1 crystal. And then this one's destroyed. Ignis is going to take his point of damage, goes back to his board. That'll go back there, but he'll just spend a turn, he'll come back at full HP. And that gets us another crystal. Advance the Horde Trace. This guy's going to move 2 spots. The upside, though, of him moving 2 spots is that now the next 2 tiles are going to go right there. The downside, though, is if I don't destroy anything, that portal is going to jump in. And if the portal is this, I don't remember if it's the first or the second one. If it's the second and I place 2, I got to worry about it getting right here again. Because that's what happened in my last game. And I was like, I literally have 1 turn to destroy this. And it wasn't going to happen. Alright, so all my towers go back. Gotta pick them up, but these guys all get destroyed. So level 2, level 2, level 2. The soldier one comes back because I didn't use that. I have 2 crystals. So now my options are not spending it and then buying a level 2 my next turn, or I could buy a level 1 this turn and have something else to work with. Which right now I only have 4 towers for Ignis and 1 for Magus. I might want to spend the 2 and get another tower for Magus just to try and help clean out those areas. Or if nothing else, I can always buy it and trade it up later. I don't know if that's the right move to do, because I need level 3. I might need level 3 towers to take out that portal. But at least having 2 more damage this turn is better than maybe not having anything next turn. Or I could buy it and at least trade it up to level 2 right away. Because if I wait, it'll only be a level 2 I'll be able to buy, which won't help me with that other tower anyhow. So I'm just going to buy one. Let's buy one of the archery, because it's going to give me a little bit more advantage of having 3 different spots I can target. Okay. Alright, so now we have to summon more stuff. This is not going to be fun. Alright, so now we're summoning red cards. So I still got 1 more turn before that portal. Now the red cards are just going to be more wargs. That's all they are. So they're going to go there, and then we have another yellow. And that's why they put the yellow one there, I believe. So that just goes there. So now, here's what's going to happen, though. All these guys are going to move 2 spots unless I can take out a bunch of them. That first card is going to be a portal. So it's going to jump over. So if I have 1 space empty, it's going to go wherever my first empty space is. So right now it's there. So, but everything's going to move first. So at least the way that's going to work is if I don't cover up these guys, or I at least take out something so that this guy can move, then the portal will go there. So at least I guess that's good. I might lose some stuff. I need to take out some of these towers. So I can't use Ignis this turn. I still have... but I do have a bunch of other stuff. So I can drop some of my towers. And I can use all my 3s without abandoning. So let's drop... the best way to do this. So that doesn't make sense for that one there because I wouldn't be able to hit the other towers. I could do that and do one that way, or do that and cover up those. I try it because my 1's not rotatable, so I'm just trying to figure out the best result. Alright, let's get some 3 tiles and some 2 tiles. And that's not if you can always do if you really want to. I believe you can just trade them without going. But no, it doesn't make. I can't trade my level 3s because I can't have level 4 towers in the first campaign. So it wouldn't make any sense for me to trade them and try and have level 4s for the next round. But I could try and trade if I need level 2s up. But the only level 2 I have is the Footmen, which he can't do anything to the portal anyhow. I could try and trade him just so I have some more. Why don't we do that? I have 3. And then this one's rotatable. So let's drop that one there. What can Magus do? Let's place Magus there. He has a rotatable Z. So that'll cover up that one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take out any of these necessarily. Like that one, I have little things everywhere now. Yeah, that's probably my best bet. I need to take out at least one of these, though, for sure. Otherwise, something's escaping. So it's the best way for me to do that. So if I place another one there, it gets me another 3 straight forward. That, and I place this 3 like that, I think I might have this. And then the extra 2, and I can play rotatable, could go there. So I gotta figure out how to cover up those 2 tiles there, but that's not that big of a deal. We can figure that out. The only issue got around is I do have my level 2 footmen, and the only place I can play them or can do anything would be right there. He would cover up 2, but they would just die, so it doesn't make any sense. So I'm just gonna, well, no, so I can place him on any other tile. That's right. I keep forgetting that. Foot soldiers can be placed on top of other towers. So, I'll have to decide if I need to place them there or there. Probably there and cover up those 2. But let's see what we can do with the mage tower. So if I place the mage, I get a Z, which is rotatable. I can do that. So now I can place him on either one of the foot soldiers on either one of those to cover up both of those spots. And I still have Magnus's ability to use, which lets me place, if I keep him on my build spot, I can place 2 other tiles. But they have to be on the same one. So if I just shoot straight forward with this one, we can do that to cover up both of those. So we can place our tower right there. These are 2 foot soldiers to cover up those 2. And now I have my archery level 1 tower, which I could place to put stuff on there, but I'm going to trade that in to get the level 2, because it gets me the L rotatable for Ignis the next turn. So hopefully that will, it won't help me defeat the portal, but I could use it to try and stop something else. Now I could have traded up my soldiers instead, if I had another option, and it would have given me 3 soldiers. It would have been the level 2, or level 2, which it just did, level 3, it would have been a level 3 which would have let me place 3 soldiers in any direction, which would have helped me place them on multiple cards to stop multiple things from moving. But that'll have to be on the same card. Like, I can't place 1 here, 1 here, 1 there. I don't... So that's the only thing there. I have to pick a direction. They'll have to go on the same card. That's where the difference is with the level 4, where it shows, like, 1 soldier plus 1 damage tile, plus a soldier, plus a damage tile and a soldier. So actually, this one I could have put 1 that direction with both of these, and then 1 the other direction. So that's what the difference there is when you get some of them plus 1s. But I can't get level 4s anyhow. So that 3 would have been a little bit helpful to help cover up some more spots later, but I'm not worried about that right now. So I think we're doing well. Let's destroy horde tiles. We're going to destroy this first one. Gets me all of those guys are done. That gets me 1 more crystal, which won't be enough to buy anything big. Now it's going to destroy these 2 soldiers, but it'll destroy this tile. Gets me another crystal. And now advance the horde trace. This guy will run 1, 2. But at least the upside there is now when I place my next 2 spots, they're going to go here instead of jumping over him. And he's already at least got 1 damage tile on him, so he's a little bit weaker. Pick up all my towers. So I got a green, double greens, 1 blue, or purple. So I do need to get some stuff over to Ignis. Alright, then Ignis is ready to go on his turn, so I can definitely move him back in next turn and do stuff. I spend my crystals. I'm gonna spend the other 2. I probably could have saved stuff up, but I need to get something else for Magnus to be able to do to help take out the portal. So, I think... let's go for the L-shaped mage tower. Let's go for another mage tower. Just because it covers up more spots, and I only need to hit 1 spot forward versus multiple locations or multiple spots. And since Ignis is healed up, I can't drop him on a tile, but I can place him, he can use this, but I can't, same with Magnus, I can shoot 2 tiles forward onto the portal. So, alright, we're going to the summoning phase. This one is a terrible one. So now these are level 3s. So again, I can only play level 3 towers on there. It has wards for double movement, it has red caps I can't destroy, plus a couple of goblins. So he's going to go there, though. So luckily he's back a bit. And then we get another red one. So now, that's going to jump over there. Now there's only 2 left. So, essentially, like, if I destroy 2 of these, those 2 are going to come out. I'll still have a little bit of time to do some stuff. What I'd like... So now that also becomes the thing, is what do you focus on? Do I just focus on taking out the portal, or do I take out the other 2 and then, let the portal move? But it's going to move 2 spots regardless, even if I took out both of them. And that might be a thing, is maybe a bigger game or a longer game, maybe you might, not try and just aim at the portal. I kind of have to this turn. I need to just destroy it in 1 turn if possible, because I win the game. The longer I draw it out, the worse it's going to be. Especially because every time I put one of my level 3 portals on there, I lose them. So the only thing I can do is maybe not play my level 2, and maybe not play my level 1. I can't play them onto the portal, but I can always just try and transfer them, upgrade them, and maybe finish off the portal on the next turn. That's about my only option there. So first thing we're going to do is drop some portals and see what we can... and here's also another potential puzzle thing for it is I have Magnus on purple and I have Ignis on red. If I played the exact same game, literally took the cards, put them back in the exact same order, but I swapped their colors of towers, it probably would make a difference on what I can do where. just because, like, now I'm in the end and I need to attack this, and Ignis has 3 options to get to it, where Magus only has 2. And Magus doesn't have to move to his build site. He can move to a different build site to use a special ability if he needs to. So there's that. Is a difference. It's kind of actually beneficial that Magnus has all these big spells because he can, or towers, because he can drop right there. The thing though is that like these howitzers hit 3 locations, and the way this tower is built up is that I'm only going to hit 2 at a time. If I place this here or here, I'm only going to hit that one tower with this one ability. So it's kind of a waste for me to do that. I mean, I'm going to do it. Definitely drop some stuff down. But let's see what we can do. I can still place soldiers on here if I had them high enough level. I just can't play them on the madcap ones. I believe I can still place soldiers on the portals. No, I can't. We already determined that, didn't we? When we read it. No, just the madcaps. I think I can still play them on there. I'll have to double check that quick. Anywho, let's just play this one this direction. So I did a Z. We're gonna cover up those ones. Now, if I play this direction, we're gonna get a cover up those 3 there. Now, I just want to make sure on that portal. Basic attacks, horde attacks, cards, where's my portals? There's a tower number, cannot be, the square cannot be covered with any damage cards or soldiers. The central of the portal must always be visible. If you attack the portal card with the tower, place the damage. Immediately flip the tower card face down, since it's going to flip these face down rarely, just so I know that they're destroyed. So they have a destroyed picture on the back. Just so I know I've already used them. I'm just not doing that, just so I can kind of keep an eye on what I'm doing. So I'm still playing around. All towers will return to supply. Tower does not have to target. Heroes can move through portals, but cannot end their movement on them, and they cannot attack portal cards. No damage generated by a hero. So I can still place soldiers on there. Crap. I didn't realize that. Otherwise, I would have kept my soldiers out. So I can place soldiers on there if I would have had to level 3. I just can't play my heroes, and they can't attack it. So that makes a complete difference on what I was going to do. So I can have Ignis then just focus on taking out one of these other ones. So he is going to go 4 here, drop a fireball here. Since he can't attack that, it doesn't make sense for him necessarily to go onto that one. And then I'll have him... cover up that guy. I mean, it'd be nice to cover up them wards, but I don't think he's going to get them all covered. My mage tower level 1 cannot attack that regardless. So I'm going to... Oh, do I want to upgrade it to level 2 though? Well, let's see if I can destroy this guy. So I do have a level 3 tower. Let's have another Z. And that's going to cover up those. So I just need to do the 3 more damage to that one to destroy it. The issue is I only have 1 howitzer left, which means I can do this. So I can drop a 3 onto one of these, and a single or a double 1 onto this. So I'm not going to be able to destroy that portal this turn. And it's going to move 2 spots. So I have to try and take out one of these others. And the thing is, I need a level 3 card to do it. I only have 2 level 2 cards left. I have my foot soldiers and my marksmen. So I can move trade one of the 2 to get a level 3, which I'm going to have to do. Because that's the only way I'm going to be able to take this thing out. Yeah, I have no other option. I just need to figure out... It doesn't always make sense for me to put foot soldiers on either of these cards, because they both have double movement, so they're going to take them out anyhow. And I would like to... So why don't we do this? We'll play 2 foot soldiers here. 1 there. 1 there. Trade the marksman level 2 tower for a level 3. Which gets me... So now this is actually some new stuff here. So instead of being the 3L, it gives me 3 separate ones, which you might think aren't as good, except I can place them around the board, so it gives me more mobility. Plus it has a double arrow, which means I can place it another shot forward. So I can actually, I could place this here, and I could attack that one. So I have a lot more mobility going forward to hit that from different directions. So that'll be that. And I only need to do 1 damage to that. That's all I need to do. So it's definitely doable. I just want to see if I can do this without taking any more damage from my health. I haven't lost any health yet, and I'd like to not. So I still have my level 1 mage tower, which I could upgrade to level 2, and I still have Magnus's ability. Now, I could move Magnus onto this card and do 1 damage there, but that doesn't make any sense, because they're still going to move anyhow, and he's just going to take a point of damage. But it also doesn't kind of make sense for me to leave him sitting on there, because I mean, he can take a point of damage. Yeah, why don't we do that? We're going to cover up these 2. Alright. Put a damage spell there. I don't get my second damage spell, but that's fine, because at least I'm covered. And then they're not gonna double move, because they're gonna try and move once, and then they're gonna stop. I want to verify that. I'm almost positive. I've read this book so many times, so I didn't have to do this during that. Speed, creatures. Where are my creature spells? The Archery has speed. It attempts to move twice. Soldiers will block the first movement. Heroes can block both movement, but will suffer 2 damage. If the first damage defeats the hero, they're immediately removed and do not block the second damage. Okay, so they always try and take 2. So he'll hit once. It won't move it. He'll try and hit me a second time, which will take me out, but he won't move the second time because he won't have died. So it won't move this card, but I will lose Magnus for my next turn. But I think that's a calculated risk. And then secondly, we can do this. Drop that. We'll drop that direction. And at least that gets that covered up a bit more. If I kept my other tower, my level 2 tower, it wouldn't have made a difference. Because I wouldn't have had any way for Ignis's character to get over there. Alright. Now we go to the damage section. Destroying trades. So this one's destroyed. Ignis is going to take a point of damage. I'm just going to set him up to the tower. This one gets destroyed. I would gain 1 crystal from that. So we'll gain that. So I still get to spend my crystals for my turn. And then none of the other ones are destroyed. So now we advance. This one's going to try and move 1 space. It's going to hurt Magnus. It's going to try and move a 2nd space. It's going to defeat Magnus, but it's not going to get a move. So Magnus is now defeated. I don't get to use him next turn. Then this one is going to move 1 space there and 2 spaces here. Because it's going to jump that first one, go there. So that puts it right at the end. But that's fine because I did all the other stuff. Now I got to level 3 tower, level 3 tower, level 3 tower, and level 3 tower are all destroyed. Put those back where they go. And then we got purple and that. Actually, he was right there, so he could just stay right there. That's where he was. I only got 1 crystal, so I only defeated 1 thing. So I didn't do anything with 1 crystal anyhow. I actually think I didn't follow the correct instructions for easy mode. I did not. So I'm actually playing with a handicap that I shouldn't probably be playing with. So for the basic easy mode for 12 health or 1 star, I was supposed to have 2 extra crystals. So I should have 5 to begin with. And a spell, but you can't use spells in this version. This particular mode, so I don't get a spell. So I'm actually playing on this one because I didn't gain any bullets. Because it's the same purchase power for all of them. I just didn't bother to give myself the extra 2 crystals to begin with. So if I'm going to play 3 stars, I only have 4 health. So I can't basically let anything escape. And right now, if I, for some reason, put something on here, stop this from moving or whatever, and that guy escaped, he would probably win. But let's just see what we can do. I'm going to see if I can destroy all of them before I lose. I don't know if I will be able to because I'm losing all my towers. So look at this disaster of a red card. Yeah, all them giant wargs. And then the last one's going to be more of that, just in a different pattern. And like I said, you can see lots of these beginner cards. The order doesn't make a big difference. Like, it's just they're different, so he has to move here. So yeah, that's all. So they're all same number of goblins and wargs on these cards, just not that. So now I have 1 turn to destroy this portal card. If I can't, there's no way I can destroy all 3 of these. Even if I destroyed this one, 2 spaces, it's going to move and defeat me. And that's the only thing that's going to happen. Even if I said I destroyed this one and destroyed this one's still going to move 2 spaces unless I could cover up all 5 of them. And if I did stop this from moving somehow with my heroes or whatever, damage, covered it up, destroyed that, stop this from moving, that's going to move 1 space here, 2 spaces there. That's the only way I could possibly survive the entire round defeating everything. Luckily, to win, I just have to destroy the portal. So I don't have to do all this extra work. I only have 1 level 3 tower left, so we're going to place that right there. We're going to put 3... we have 3 1s. I'm just going to put 1 there. That's going to defeat it. I don't have to do anything else. I really can't do anything else because the most I could do would be like drop Ignis here. I could drop, actually I could probably do is drop Ignis here drop all 3 there. That would basically stop that tile, and I'd play. Yeah, so that doesn't even help me there. Yeah, so I could play a mage tile there, dropping L, like in this corner. I could play my 2 soldiers there, which would drop him there, drop that one there. And then it would check to destroy. Portal would be destroyed, so I would win the game. Again, you don't get any crystals or anything for that. It would destroy this tile here. Ignis would take his damage. I would have one more crystal. He'd only give me 2, so I could buy a level 2 tower. But I wouldn't be able to do anything else for the rest. These guys would advance, so he'd go 1, 2, and that one moved there. And I would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. So even if I was playing on the hard, or the easy mode, if I had to play out, you had to defeat everything, I would lose because that would do 12 damage, and there's no way I could take that. But luckily, I just had to defeat the portals and I win. Or if you're playing a boss, you just have to defeat the boss and win. I don't have to destroy every single horde. So again, it makes it a little bit different than the other games. But yeah, that's Kingdom Rush, Rifting to Time, Scenario 1 playthrough. And there are 5 heroes in the base set. There's Lilith, I'm going to pronounce it, Malik, and Alaria. I think I pronounced her name wrong. And they're all going to play very different. So, I mean, I could play this another 2-player game with 2 different characters, and I could still have a 5th one I could swap out. Plus, there's the 2 expansions, small expansions with 2 more characters. Vesnin and Gerald the Lightseeker, plus the Spider God expansion, which has... oh boy, I can't think of the name. I have 2 other guys for it. The rock guy and the other guy. And my brain's just blanking on who everyone's called. Ling and... I can't think of the guy's name. There's another guy. But I have plenty of other characters. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more characters I could play with. So I could play this scenario a few more times with different characters, and it could play very differently. I could move on to the second one, just keep the same ones and do like a campaign. I could swap characters in and out. There's also the 2 different bosses. There's the main set, there's Lord Blackburn, and then there's the Time Mages. As well as there's like a mini boss with Lilith. There's a thing with her in there. And when you get the really cool is if you buy the extra expansions, the Versus expansions, you actually get 2 more versions of Lord Blackburn, a fiery version and an icy version, which play with those scenarios. So you play the expansion campaigns, you actually get to reuse that boss. Even the Versus sets have 2 different bosses in them, which is really cool. Yeah, so overall, I really like this game. It's really fun, really interesting. Some of the crazy stuff it does. All the level 1, 2, and 3 towers are all the same. But the level 4s, I have 4 different ones, because there's 2 in the base set and 2 in the Spider Goddess expansion. And the book usually says which ones you're supposed to use. So they'll say you're supposed to use, like, A and B. And it tells you which ones they are. But again, it's your game. You can always mix and match. But just to show it some of the craziness of these towers they get, it's like this is the regular arcane archers. So it actually it's a mage tower, but it lets you shoot archer stuff. Rotatable. There you get some rotatable elves. So here we got rotatable Z, a single one, plus a soldier. Or we got a rotatable Z and a rotatable L. So there's a couple of good differences there. The Archery Towers, like this one's got true damage, so it ignores lots of those effects. So we're going to get some singles. and then some archery. And I believe these arrows here mean they're splash damage. So it's basically you play this one rotatable, then either one of these can have to be played touching that one to either side. So we get a couple different rotatable ones. Now these guys have perfect aim, which is an ability we haven't come across yet, which means they can target any space on the board. So that's even cooler. So the archers definitely, that could get 4 of them any direction. And then here we have one that, and they're only purple because it's true damage. I don't know why these are purple versus the other 2 colors. Blue's ranged, red's melee range. But yeah, here you got a couple different angles and different directions. So these are all cool. Let's see what we got for the soldiers. So we get soldiers in 2 different directions, left or right, and then plus we have some rotatable bombs or blasts. Weird wood, we just get some square tiles in there. Only goes straight, but 2 square tiles touching each other can take up quite a bit of room. Here's some rotatable 3 tiles. That's hilariously damaging. Yeah, this one has purple as well. This has some rotatable 2s, plus a lot of small bombs. Sorry for the focus on these. And then finally, the last one, we have some soldiers. And then the new expansions are also going to add more towers. They also added some extra new things. But again, they're not 100% compatible because of the new things. So here we get them soldiers. We've seen that one before. Soldiers plus some archery. Just a bunch of soldiers. And the barbarian soldiers and some bomb blasts. So you can definitely see all the variations they have. And then the characters have different spells like we were showing before. So that's another thing I didn't go over. Was character abilities have 1 or 2 different symbols on them. And that's just showing what level they are. Because some of the earlier campaigns will only let you pick from the level 1. Some will let you use level 1 or 2. That's just because of how difficult how much damage they can do. So like, Magus here can have the option of placing a bunch of single tiles and some rotatable ones. Move any hero here to any space. That hero performs a basic attack, and then put 3 magics on the horde tile. Use any other hero ability that's in the game if it was your own. You may use an ability that's on face down. So basically I can copy somebody else for a turn. And then he's got this one where it actually puts us some soldiers and some double tiles. And then let's look at Ignis's quick. I'm not going to go through all of them, like every character or anything. Just to kind of see what these guys could have done in this game. He's got the same thing. He's got those. So you have Let's Burn, it's a melee attack. He gets to place a 3 on 2 different hordes that are adjacent to Ignis. So it kind of works like this other one, just more powerful. Move Ignis 4 spaces. After each move, place a fire token on each horde that goes into. If Ignis or a hero adjacent to Ignis heals 2. So this is really nice for him standing on them tiles. Because I could have moved him through a bunch, done a ton of damage to land on a different one, and healed him too, so he could have stayed on them tiles longer. Here he's got a T bar, or a T tile. This covers exactly 3 enemies. Heal 1, choose 1 hero to heal 1. So it works like this other one. Instead of doing full damage, you do a little less damage, but you get that bonus of healing. And this one also does it to you, but it covers exactly 3. You get to put some extra damage on there. So I love the different options you can get. And then there's also spell cards you can get, but spells are 1 per game. Once you play it, it's done. Alright, so that was our Kingdom Rush Rift in Time. Little how to play, set up the first scenario, and our first match. Which surprisingly I won last time. I played because I didn't realize the portal thing. And I wasn't paying attention. I didn't upgrade any of my portals. So I was able to take out Portal 2, but it left me with nothing in that 2 turns. like that one turn, then the portal come out wasn't nearly enough for me to take out everything in my portal. The way it ended up landing is a third portal landed here, and I'm like, there's no way I can defeat that in one turn. So I got smarter from playing. And then going online and reading, like, hey, how come I suck so much? So yeah, if you guys enjoy this, I maybe try and record some different ones, maybe like jump up like a boss fight or something to see how that works.